the earth is like the human body. The human body has acupuncture point, for example. So if you make the analogy with the acupuncture point, they actually correspond to energetic point in the body, energetic centers. Through this door you can access all the circuit of the body. The planet is the same thing. It also has an energetic body, and this energetic body has acupuncture points, and some particular point, they are portals that are able to channel a very big amount, a certain amount of light, and some portals are more important than others. So for example, Jerusalem is a very important portal because this is energetic center where a lot of the divine light is anchored.
So each door has a purpose?
Yes.
Do we know the purposes of all the doors?
So there are different cultures have the knowledge of the purpose of their places. For example, the Sierra Nevada, the Cowboys in the Sierra Nevada, we had communication, and they explained what was the purpose of their portal, to keep the communication between this plane and different planes. And if these energetic points are touched, for example, because of excavation or because of roads that are built in the wrong places or buildings that are built in the wrong places, if those energetic points are touched, it can affect many dimensions. And so that's the reason why they are keeping that space. For example, in the Sierra Nevada, they are keeping this mountain, and they are the guardians of this mountain.
So
and
there's the importance of the portal, of its purpose and its location.
Yeah, a portal could have many purposes. It could have a purpose to be used as a highway of passage for souls, for example. Souls that are passing, that are moving from one plane to another, people that are passing away. And so there are places in the world that we know they have very important portal for death and for birth. It's the case in Hawaii, for example. All the different tribes and all the native people from the different places, they know what their portal are for.
How does this connect to one person being a vessel? What does one person's light have to do with these portals?
The native people of a land, they would have matching codes to activate the portal of their land.
The purpose of the people is to open up as many portals as possible.
It's not just open up the portals, it's to, they can be open, but they also need to be activated. And so if a certain amount of people that are holding the same code, they are standing and they are around this portal, the portal can be activated even more. And that's the reason why we say, for example, why is it so important for the Jewish people to be in Israel?
Why?
It's because they are holding the codes to activate all the portals of Israel. The moment God spoke to Abraham and he promised, he gave him a mission, the mission was always connected to the land. It's like your gatekeeper, really.
So what happens when the gates are open?
When the gates are open and the light is channeled in, then you are making sure that the balance between darkness and light is maintained properly. Darkness is not just an absence of light. It's also a part of creation that was created for the purpose of maintaining the free will, of maintaining the veil of illusion, okay? But we have to make sure that we maintain the balance between light and darkness.
But I don't want a balance, I want the light to win.
As long as we are in this dimension of duality, there will always be a part of shadow and a part of light. And it's okay as long as there is a balance. But there is a form of darkness that doesn't want the existence of the light at all. And this form of darkness that wants to annihilate everything, if we are not doing this spiritual work of holding the light to keep in control of the darkness, then it could just take over.
It could win.
he could win.
And then what?
And then it happened many times. The world was destroyed many times.
In order for the light to win, it needs to constantly be in a balance. And to create this balance, we need people to be gatekeepers, and not only gatekeepers, but to decode how to open up these doors to these portals. But how do
They don't need to decode, they are holding. Adam was actually created as a vessel of light. Okay? In the first place, Adam had a light body. He didn't have the
What's a light body?
He didn't have the version of body that we have today. He had a body that was that had a much higher frequency. It was not materialistic as we have today. And so they were teletransporting, they had telepathy, they were doing many things that we can't do today. And so when Adam went down to a lower dimension, he lost a huge part of his light body. Still, he was able to contain a huge amount of light, and there was a purpose. Why was he created with that capacity to contain so much light? It's just for a transmutation purpose. I think that more than ever we could see how the face of the demonic forces that are around us, that are looking for annihilation. We haven't seen that clearly for so long, but now I think that it's very clear that these demonic forces that are looking, that are attacking now, they're just looking for annihilation of any life, really, not just the Jewish life. And so they are attacking the Jewish people as one of the main gatekeeper of one main light portal, but there are many other light portals and many other gatekeepers. And so the moment we realize what we are dealing with, we are able to know which tools to use. We are facing an entity that it's a spiritual entity, okay? So you can't fight a spiritual entity just with physical weapons. It's not possible. Normally, if we do our job of transmuting darkness just by holding the proper amount of light, we never reach to the level that this spiritual entity materialize to that point that it can come and destruct everything. Okay, normally if the light work is done properly, there is a balance that is maintained and it never reached to that stage of destruction. Now that you reach that state of destruction, we do have to deal with it on a physical plane, but still we have to address it on etheric plane as well. I just want to give an analogy. When someone starts to feel uncomfortable, have something that is off in his life, he starts to feel, like I feel a void, and he starts to adopt all kind of habits that are misaligned. And then slowly from I feel something is off, it can, a few years later, it can manifest as a sickness that could eventually be there. When you address this discomfort in the beginning, eventually this misalignment will never reach to manifest on physical plane. But if it's not addressed, one day or another, it will reach to the physical plane, because the physical plane is always the last one, is always the last manifestations of things that are happening before, because you have here the physical body, and it's the same for the planet and for everything. You have the physical body, and above you have the etheric, the energetic body, and the mental body, the emotional body, the mental body, the astral body, the spiritual body. So always the intruders, the bug always happen from above, and so it crosses all the layers. Okay, so if it's something on the mental level, it will cross to the emotional level, and then to the energy level, and then to the physical level. When it's already manifested on the physical plane, it means that it's already traveled a lot already. Okay, the moment that is already reached the physical plane and it starts, this disease has caused reach a stage of decomposition, of decay. Of course, you have to address it on a chemical level, even though the source, the root cause, was probably not from a chemical origin. We have to address this disease on all the level, on mental level, emotional level, etheric level, and physical level. Okay, once it's already reached here. Same for anything that is manifesting on a collective level. When something like that is coming to attack on a collective level, and it's manifesting with such a level of destruction, it means that it's an imbalance that has happened already, that is ongoing already for a long time, that we have allowed to settle. We haven't taken care of it.
So how do we take care of it?
So now that is reached that level, we have to take care of it on a physical plane, but also on a spiritual and etheric plane. And what does it mean to take care of it on those planes? It means to take care of the vessel of light in order to channel more light. And how does it impact this conflict? It does impact this conflict because we are really dealing with darkness. We're dealing with force of darkness. And those forces of darkness, they are not just physical darkness. It's etherical darkness, it's spiritual darkness. So we have to address it on the same plane. We have to work on our vessel, our individual vessel and our collective vessel. And working on our individual vessel, it means that we have to make sure that our channel of light is clear.
How do you do that?
So we have to check that all the programs that have been implemented, either by society or by the family, either by, all the kind of programs that we have that are running in the background of our system that are not serving us. And this is for individual level as well as for collective level, because on a collective level, we also have programs that we as a Jewish nation, we are carrying that are not serving us anymore. By identifying those programs, all the self-sabotage that are running on individual and collective level, all those patterns that are maintaining us in an old paradigm. We analyze them, we identify them, we shift them, and we move on.
I don't understand. The light's supposed to come through us? How
Yes.
do we do that?
God told us, ועשו לי משכן ושכנתי בתוככם. Make within your heart.
How?
By maintaining a clear vibration. If you maintain a high vibration, your vessel is pure. And how you maintain a high vibration? By eating kosher, by making sure that your emotional body is clean, your mental body is clean. Of course, there are tools to do that, but that's the goal. You have to maintain a high frequency. If you maintain a high frequency, your vessel is already installed. You don't have nothing to do. Your vessel is there. You just have to clean it.
I don't have to create a vessel?
No, the vessel is there.
And then what? The light just comes?
Yes, the moment your vessel is clear, the light, and you state the intention that you want this vessel to be used to invite light in, it just comes. That was the purpose of the creation of Adam, because there were other beings living in this planet before Adam and in the same time as Adam. But Adam himself and Chava, they were created with a potential of holding a lot of light.
So I don't need to be working on getting to my higher self. I need to just be clearing out whatever
Yes.
is blocking my vessel for
Yes.
the light to come in.
Yes, that's all.
And once I do that, it opens up these portals.
And when you do that, automatically you become a light worker. It's automatic. Some people are light workers, like very powerful light workers. It means that they are used to transmute a lot of darkness. They are not even aware of it. you have been designed like that. The body that we are, our body is designed in this way. This is how Adam has been parametered, conceived. And so already we had that parameter within Adam body, but then our God asked Abraham and his descendants to, he asked for an extra in a certain way, specific way to carry the light, to hold the light. And so all the prescriptions that we have received in the Torah, they are there just to preserve the integrity of the vessel.
If there's such potential of light in Israel, how come it's so hard to do this work in Israel?
Because everywhere where there is a potential, there is a resistance. Because we are in this world of duality, you know? So the higher the potential, the higher the resistance. So these entities of darkness, they are not interested in any activation of any portal. Okay? And so they are creating a climate of confusion. So people would be misled and they will forget about their purpose. So instead of thinking of our purpose, we would think of anything else but our main purpose. That's all they need to do.
But even if you know the purpose, so many people don't know how to get there in Israel.
Set the intention and to state the intention that this is what I want. I want to be used to channel light into this planet in order to transmute darkness. That's step number one, is to state the intention. Okay? When you state the intention, you are calling the whole universe to help you, because you're not the only one who wants that. All the collective who wants that is going to connect to you automatically. You're connecting yourself to a grid of a lot of beings, not just human beings, a lot of beings who want the same thing. Okay? And now you benefit of the power of this collective consciousness that wants the same thing. So now you're part of a team. And this team is going to facilitate this for you. So the more you state that you're open to it and you want help to get it, the more you are going to find on your way information, networking, connections that are going to facilitate this work.
And how do you clear your vessel? Besides setting an intention, how do you clear your vessel?
So how to clear the vessel, there are many tools to do it. So I propose some tools, but there are many people who propose different tools. So me, in the way I'm doing it, I created a protocol called ISTCHARE. And this protocol is identifying, shifting, transmuting, clearing, healing, aligning, reset, and expand. So going through all those steps, it's allowing it's a liberation, really. It's just getting free from all the constraints that prevent you to be what you are already. You already are this amazing vessel. It's just that there are some clearing to be done and reparation. Sometimes the vessel can be broken, have some holes,
Shalva, millions of people around the world are doing healing work.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to ashrams, they're going to meditations, they're doing body work, they're doing breath work, and there's still a sense of such a hardship to get to this place that you're saying, and you're saying it with such ease that it's so easy to get there. How do you have these secrets that so many people are having such a hard time to get to?
I think it's the secret is not to fight. Because if you think that healing is a fight, you're never gonna get to the end of it. If you are going through it with fluidity and asking actually God to participate in this healing, to associate the light with your efforts, then it's a graceful dance. I see it this way, really. It's about finding inner peace. The moment you find inner peace, even though you did not reach to the end of the road, the end of the journey, if you have peace that you are actually doing what you know your best, what you need to do until now, then you know that you're on the right way. And eventually, or today your vessel is not 100%, is 70, but maybe it's better than yesterday, it was 65. That's already good enough. And there are two important points that were shown to us during two very important journeys that were done, shamanic journeys that were done about the situation in Israel at the moment. And those two important points, they were saying that actually one of the way to allow more light to come in is, first of all, to rise the vibration of your heart to a vibration of gratitude. The gratitude that you are able to actually carry light, that you are able to hold light, because this is how you have been conceived, with this capacity to hold light. And if you acknowledge the power of this light, then you activate it. Because the light is here everywhere. The light is infinite. How come it doesn't transmute automatically the darkness? How come?
How come?
It's because it's actually our job to do it. Why? Because in this realm of duality, God is not supposed to interfere. If you are using your free will to call upon the light and say, hey, I am using now my free choice to use my body as a light vessel, as a light portal, and I'm grateful for the amazing power of this light. Just by acknowledging it and by being grateful for it, I'm activating the light. So that's one way to activate. Even if your vessel is not completely healed, is not completely repaired, just by rising your heart to the vibration of gratitude for the power of the light, acknowledging that it has the power, light has the power to transmute anything. There's no darkness that can resist in front of this light, of divine light. Nothing can resist, nothing can exist in front of it. So the power of this light is infinite, and we have the chance to be able to hold it. But if we acknowledge it, then it does its job. If we don't acknowledge it, it doesn't get activated. So that's number one. Number two is the complete surrendering to divine grace. Complete state of surrendering. Why? Because when you don't surrender, you create obstacles. And then your light is there, everything is in place, but because you're in a state of fight, of what can I do, you know, because you're in this state of fight, you're actually creating blockages in the vessel that prevent the light to flow freely. Now you are a connector. You receive cosmotelluric energy. Cosmotelluric energy, what is it, cosmotelluric energy? Cosmo is coming from the cosmos. So you are attracting this light from the upper world to the crown chakra. And the telluric energy is the energy that is related to the earth. Okay? So you receive energy from the crown, it goes through you, it goes from your feet, it goes to the earth, and then it's coming back. Okay, so it's a circuit. So you are a connector. It's like an antenna, really. You're an antenna that receives the light, like this. The light goes through you, goes into the earth, and come back. Okay? So for example, when you light the candles on Shabbat, you're opening a light portal. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, and you don't have the kavanah, and you just say blah, 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 you do the bracha like this, you're missing an opportunity of doing something great. But if you know what you're doing, and when you do the bracha before, when you do the blessing before, you open your crown chakra, you know, and you prepare yourself to open this light portal. And when during the bracha you are actually channeling the light through you, then you see where it goes and how it expands and how it's radiating around the planet. It's a complete different. The protocol is the same, but it's a complete different effect. You know.
I want to stop you because you mentioned something important when you talked about the element of surrendering and bitul. I think at least was grown up on the concept that bitul is canceling yourself out in the process to God, and meaning making yourself a fal ve'efer in front of God. And what you're saying is that when you don't come and surrender, you're actually creating obstacles and the light can't flow through you in an easy way.
Yeah, Afar ve'efer and this and that, I don't think it's a Jewish concept. This is not what bitul is about. In the contrary, I think in this relationship with God, in Judaism, God wants us empowered, but empowered in knowing where is our place and where His is. And this is what we're doing when we. If you do the Jewish ritual in consciousness, every single thing that you do is about that, aligning your vibration to be of higher vibration in order to channel even more quality of light, higher quality.
Is that what halakha is about?
The halakha is just a protocol, actually. It gives you a protocol on where to direct this light and how. That's it. Now, again, you know, if you respect the halakha but you forgot the spirit of the halakha, you will not get where you need to get. Okay, for example, kashrut. You know, if you're happy because something is a kosher stamp, but whatever has this kosher stamp did not respect the spirit of kashrut, then the contract is not respected. So it's not about.
Explain, I don't understand.
How the kashrut is industrialized today in our modern societies. For example, the authorization that we got to eat meat, it was under the condition that it would be done under very, very specific conditions. And there is a contract between the animal and the person who decide to eat this animal. And in the way it is industrialized today, this contract is not respected all the way. And in the end of the day, we are happy because there is a kosher stamp on it. I don't think that this meat has a very high vibrational level. And everything that you eat that doesn't have a high vibrational level, it does impact your vessel, definitely. So
anything kosher or anything or specifically meat?
Anything. Everything that you eat, everything that you put in, and everything in terms of food, in terms of cosmetic, anything that you put in your field, if it has a low vibrational frequency, it's affecting you. Same with emotions, same with thoughts. Thoughts and emotions, they have a vibrational frequencies. If you keep in your field an emotion for a long time that is very low vibration, your vessel will be affected. Your level of consciousness is the sum of everything that you are eating, breathing, smelling, exposed to, hearing, watching. All of this is entering your field and is creating clogs in your field. You have to be very careful what you're listening, what you're watching. You know that your eyes are chakras. You have chakras in your ears. You have chakras in all the doors of your body. And so when you don't pay attention to what comes in, you are creating a veil. You're creating a veil, really, that prevents you to see, to smell, to hear, to sense. And this is what it's written black and white in the Torah, like al teshaketsu, you know, don't make yourself with this specific, you know, with the shratzim and all specific animals that we're not supposed to eat, because it's closing the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is your most powerful center. That's all your power is in your heart chakra. This is the highest generator of energy. So of course you want to make sure that everything that you eat, even if it's written kosher on it, it has a high vibration, because you don't want to mess up all the work that you're doing every day, going to yoga every morning at 6 o'clock and doing all this healing and all of this work that you're doing to maintain a high vibrational state, and in the end messing it up with eating things with a very low vibration that you can't recycle. That's what eating non-kosher is about. Non-kosher is something that you can't recycle. You can't recycle this spark of light. When we eat, we are actually recycling. This is what we do.
Wait, so I have a question. You're saying basically living in a Western world where it's so hard to know where the chain supply started from, or so much, we're exposed to so much of this damage that you're talking about. How can you repair any kind of damage that is done in such a sense?
If you choose to eat the proper food, okay, and you choose to eat in consciousness, it means that eating in consciousness is also something, you know, like the way you relate to the food. Of course, you have to make sure that whatever is entering your field has been selected in the best way possible. But when it has been, and you're still unsure sometimes, or you can't access sometimes the best, highest quality of food, for example, maybe food that have pesticide or whatever, you do a bracha with intention to repair the DNA, to repair the molecular organization that might have received some confusion, some distortion.
So the way to repair a damaged vessel is through brachot.
Brachot is one way, but also the awareness of being aware of what you expose yourself to. Choosing who you're hanging out with, choosing what you're watching on YouTube or whatever, choosing how much time you decide to scroll on your phone. The addiction to the screen is one of the main obstacle to connection and to using your vessel for the right purpose. Because this is a source of, you can get hypnotized by this, and through this hypnotic state, there are all kinds of programs that are intruded in your field. And these programs, they are programs that create confusion, a state of confusion, really. And so if you want to clear your vessel, you have to disconnect from the screen time. You have to keep it to the minimum level that you need and choose very carefully what you decide to watch. This is part of the diet that you have to follow. The same way you choose what you eat, you have to choose what you watch. You have to choose what you hear. Same with music. Music, the worlds were creating, it was created with vibration. Can you imagine the molecular reorganization that is happening in your body when you hear the right music, and what's happening when you don't hear the right music? So living in awareness that we are carrying this very precious vessel, and for what? That we are light holder, and as we are becoming more and more aware, we expand the vessel more and more. And that's what the Jewish rituals are for. They are for to maintain the integrity of the vessel and to expand it, So, for example, every Shabbat, when your Neshama Yetera is coming, when your extra soul is coming on Shabbat, it's an occasion to expand the vessel because you're receiving extra information at this moment. So now if you're present during this time and you're using this time properly to communicate with this extra fraction of soul that come to visit you, you exchange information with it. you got very precious input, new input. Even the Neshama Yetera itself, it's not coming through like in one block on Friday night. A part of it is coming on Friday night as you're doing the ritual for Friday night, and as you're doing the ritual for Saturday morning, you receive another extra part of soul, and the ritual for in Suda Shishit, another extra part of soul. If you would know the amount of light that you can accumulate just by doing the ritual in consciousness, the only thing is that we forgot. We forgot how much power we have. That's the only thing. We forgot that as light holder, we could do anything. We can do anything with this light. And we are allowed to do it.
Can you give me an example of things you can do?
You can ask the light to go to very precise places and heal you. You breathe in light into this place in your body, it can heal. When you hold light, people want to come around you. People see you from far. They say, hey, I want to hang out. Why they want to hang out? Why they want to come close to you? Because it's a light that they disconnected themselves from, but they still need it because it's vital. No one can live without it. And so basically what you want to do is to hold the highest frequency possible. And when you hold the highest frequency possible, you can activate. Another step after that is to activate your light body. Because the light body that Adam and Chava used to have, we're supposed to get it back. We're supposed to reactivate it and to move to do a transition to a time where we are going to recover a lot of those gifts that we used to have that go with the light body. And slowly we are moving away from this realm of duality. We are rising above it. We are leaving it. But as we are leaving it, there are still some transmutation to operate, and this is what we are doing now. We are in a time of the birth of a new world, really. And we are in Chevle Mashiach, like the labor, the last moment of the labor. We need to give a few more push. But in order to give this push, we need to know how to use our body. Just the same way as a woman that gives birth, she knows how to use her body, she knows how to work with her body to allow the birth to happen. And the same way, we need to be aware that we are multi-dimensional beings. This is only one level of our existence, but we exist in many dimensions. And this is only one manifestation of me. We are recreating this sacred union between the worlds from above and the world from below. Why are we able to do that? Because we are able to navigate in many other dimensions. And so we do this work on many planes. This is what praying is about, really, is going to a higher plane and interact, with a different level of reality from different planes. When you rise your vibration, you are able to travel to these other planes. So much knowledge that we used to have that has been lost just because we have been deported from our land. So we have lost that knowledge, but it can be recovered now. This is what I'm offering, is for the people who feel ready to recover that knowledge, to connect. And after doing that first step of clearing the vessels, to really start diving into consciousness expansion and really starting the exciting part of the job, really. Our collective work that we all need to do in order to go through this birth together as a collective, as a nation. Voilà.
Amen.